former governor of Ekiti State, Fayose, and Arise TV anchor, Rufai Oseni, had a face-off with each other. This was fire to fire, face to face. There was nothing held back. They focused on each other squarely. In fact, a lot of Nigerians got interested in this. That is because Rufai Oseni has a different approach when it comes to interviewing guests on TV. He goes hard and attacks both personal, political, whatever it is, even if it is physical and spiritual. He's going to attack just everything. Ayo, Fayose wasn't happy with this. He got angry. In fact, we saw him fuming. He was so angry. Spit coming out from all the sides of his mouth to show how angry he was. He said, listen, man, listen, young man, ask questions, but do not attack my personality. Do not. Now, we are going to watch this interview. But before then, we need to understand something very important. But I'm going to talk about that thing. There is something, a very big secret that many people have not observed at all. We focus on politicians at times. We do not focus on ourselves. In fact, Arise TV, anchor, there is something that you need to know. Let us listen to what this interview is all about. Before we do so, please like and share this video. Very important. This is the way to help other people have access to it. Subscribe to this channel if you're new here.
Two things. And good to see you again, Mr. Peter Fayose, Oshokomola himself, Peter the Rock. All you have said...
Thank you very much.
All you have said is a justification of continued illegality in our country. And a lot of people are taken aback because also you yourself have been secretly recorded by an army captain when you were hatching out election fraud plans yourself in 2014. And we all remember that experience. So is it that we should continue in that now? And I also like to ask you this honestly. If another person apart from Bola Ahmed Tinubu you supported won this election, would you come on air and say all of these things that you're saying, that people should move on without justice? You try to just rationalize what happened in Lagos. Yes, it happened in other parts of the country. But the killings, the hurts, the laceration of people's body and the likes, you know, that happened in parts of the country, but most importantly, what happened in Lagos. So should we justify this now because it favors people that you were in support of?
Can I just correct you there? I take exception to your claim that I was secretly recorded, and I take exception that nobody has proven that. Yes, I can be recorded, but nobody will ever say to you that I said they should go and rig an election. And I want to say to you, I've avoided touching on this area. When you are talking about Nigeria, let us start with the press. And let us start with your person. You recall the incident on the bus lane and you attack on the police. That shows that you, as a journalist, a public analyst, somebody who is supposed to live above board, is not equally living above board. And he that must come to equity must have clean hands. I read a lot and I listen to your comments. I feel, like I said, we need to sit back and correct a lot of things.
But you give me a right of rebuttal.
Your question again.
You give me a right of rebuttal on the bus lane incident because I put it to you, sir. You don't know the full story of what happened.
Excuse me. If
you give me a right of rebuttal, and go ahead.
If you go that lane, we will not make a sense of this program. I was invited by your station. If you didn't touch something that impugns on my personality, I will not give you an answer to that. So if you're asking a question, I told Ruben about it yesterday, and I specifically complained about you and your attack on the people you don't believe in as a politician.
No, I have a right to do my job. You can't complain about me to my colleague.
Excuse me. I am equally telling you, I know where you are. That's not right of you as well. That is technically not right of you as well. And if we want to make a sense out of this program, let us leave personal attacks, because you are good at that, and I'm equally good. If you want it, I'll serve it as well as that. So this program is meant to talk about issues of Nigeria and not issues of a person. We know where you are, we know where you belong, we know the parties you are supporting, but let's leave that out of the issue. So going by what you asked, Nigeria needs a total overhauling of leadership and followership.
Now, let us stay back a bit and analyze few of what Fayose has pointed out. Like I told you, I said there is something that you're about to hear. And of course, you heard it at the opening of Fayose, his opening speech. He said, in fact, let me break it down. What he's trying to say, you were not even a governor. You did not have any political power, immunity. You already tapped into that, in quote, elite. You already tapped into that exception. You already tapped into we are above board. You already tapped into we are the big people, big boss. We are connected. That is what he did. I'm going to call the governor. I will do this. He was actually committing a crime. I'm talking about Rufai now. He was committing a crime. If you look at his face when Fayose started with this opening, he was a bit, he wasn't expecting this. He thought, I will just speak and speak. And Fayose has made it clear. He said, look, we are all in this together. Both you, yourself, you are not a man 100% full of integrity just like me. We all do terrible things as Nigerians. Why? Because we've lived in a system where we know that if we can cut corners, if we know this person and that person, we will get what we want. These things happen abroad too, but it is limited. It is limited. Why? Because nobody wants anybody to cheat them. Everybody wants to open their eyes to make sure that they have something too. Well, Fayose went on to talk about how Nigeria needs an overhaul. And he talked about since 19 this and 1917, 19 that Nigeria has always been in the same. Nothing has changed in any way. Of course, do you have constant electricity? Do you have potable water running all through houses, everything? Is everything working as it should? No. Nigeria has not changed. Rufai has not changed. Fayose has not changed. Even the citizens have not changed. Everyone is still with the same mindset. I'll give you an example first before we listen to what he has to say. Just imagine Nigerians when they are abroad. What they do is to test the waters. When I say test the water, I'm not saying drinking water. They test to see how solid, how strong the rules and regulations and the policy and the enforcement of it in that country is. If they see that there are corners that they can cut, like how they do back home, they will go all the way. You begin to hear Nigerians. But when they realize that this country is strict when it comes to rules and regulation, they will sit tight, put themselves in order like citizens of those countries. But once they drop at Muritala Mohammed International Airport, a spirit, a demon, a mindset of jaga, meaning do whatever you like as you like, everything upside down, comes up on them. Then they begin to drive against the traffic like Rufai Hosseini, who cannot do this when he travels to the United States of America. Let us listen more.
I have said it earlier that it is important to know since 1979, nothing has changed. People rushing to court now. Atiku has always gone to court since I knew Atiku as a politician and a contestant. Atiku went to court in 2019. The same judiciary said to the whole world that President Buhari won that election. Listen to you again, and listen to me. If we are not careful, as a commentator, we will remain on the television molding the opinion of Nigerians negatively, because that is what we want them to hear. For me, the election that brought Ahmed Bola Tinubu within the context of our conduct in this country is credible. It may not be the best, because you can't tell me it's Bola Ahmed Tinubu that killed the people you are mentioning. You can't tell me it was Sanwo-Olu that killed the people in Lagos. When there was an election in Ekiti, they hit me here on my back. A policeman hit me with the butt of the gun. Most of the journalists were saying Fayose has come with his drama again. I had 3 surgeries last year. I could barely walk again. But when it is good, and when it goes against people we don't want, it's the best of things that could happen. You were alive when the G5 left the PDP. You were alive when Obi left the PDP. You were alive when Kwankwanso left the PDP, and so on and so forth. You want manna to come from where? So people going to court automatically means when I go to court, the judiciary must give to you because you are complaining or because you are a complainant. Obi himself will certainly, I want to say to him, in G5 we concluded that we must support a southern presidency. That is the truth, depending on their peculiarity. And if you go to Benue, that was why Otom supported Obi in Benue. We supported Asiwaju in Ekiti. When they were talking about how did the numbers came up in Ekiti, it was us that gave it to them. Me, Fayose, was the leader of the people that supported Asiwaju and gave our own votes to him. Let me tell you why. I make it very express to you. If you tell people they don't matter, they will tell you they matter. When somebody came out, how you came out and said Tambuwa was the hero of the convention, they are now heroes of the losses. When you tell Wike, because on this television, they criticize Wike as if he's the enemy of Arise television. I am a Wike's friend, though. I stand by him. All the propagandas does not stand the test of time. If you kick my leg, I tell you don't kick it again. If you kick it again, I will do everything to stop it. So let's leave it like that.
Okay, so Mr. Fayose, I'm going to give you a quick rebuttal. Number one, I do my job here objectively as I can.
If you give me one,
no, let me finish.
I will give it back to you.
Mr. Fayose, let me finish.
If you give it to me,
I have a right to respond.
I only responded.
I have a right to respond. Let me
finish. It's not personal between the two of us.
You made it personal, so I have a right to respond.
It's not personal. Okay, so between the two of us, you can take me out of this.
Mr. Fayose, I have a right to respond. I do my job objectively,
so that
I don't
have a free day. Congratulations.
Any political party.
Congratulations for doing your job.
Yeah, please.
Congratulations for doing your job. I am not one of those boys, one of those politicians who brought to public domain to talk to anyhow. It is important to note that.
Mr. Fayose, can we make progress?
Thank you.
This is not a dialogue. This is a conversation.
I'm with you.
Yes, this is a program.
It's a conversation. And let him not get personal.
Yes,
let him not get personal on this program.
No,
it's
way. Okay. It's okay. Our job is to ask you questions, you respond. It's not a personal thing.
I told you yesterday, and I mentioned Oseni's name particularly why I avoid Arise television. And you assured me that you are going to moderate it in a way. Oseni cannot, if it's his job, go for my personality or my person on the live television. I will give it back to him.
It's okay, Mr.
I will give it back to you. That is the response and the stand of Ekiti ex-governor Fayose. Well, I think somehow the ghost of the past of Rufai that simply shows that he's a human being and that he himself is not free from some, extra demons, such as not respecting the rule of law, such as threatening a police officer, a military officer, threatening security agents when he knows that he's not doing the right thing. Would he have done this in the United States? You go against the traffic code and conduct and the police stops you and you are telling them, I will call the governor of New York. I'm going to call the governor of this. Is it possible? Now, he's bringing up excuses like any other politician. He said, you don't know the full story. What story? It was there on social media. We heard what you said, that you are going to call the governor. What happened? Were you driving normally? Were you doing what you were supposed to do? Come on, man. Stop talking nonsense. What we are trying to say is that we need a total overhaul inside of us as human beings. Nobody likes to respect or obey the rule of law. Nobody likes it. Yeah, nobody likes it. Even from childhood, children do not want to obey laws, rules. This is how we are born, free to do whatever we like. But we, after some time, realize that there are rules and regulations on how, so that there will be law. So that there will be order. That's what I mean. There will be law and order. Everyone will follow what they need to do. Do what they need to do. Follow the rules and steps. That's what it is. It's as simple as that. That's it. So there is no excuse here. We know that politicians will do more because they have opportunity to do. Rufai himself, if he had opportunity to be governor, he's not governor. He has power, being that he can speak and millions of people will listen to him. He has power in his own space. But look at him with his shoulders. Come on, man. We all need to do big time digging deep into ourselves as people. With this, we can now unite together and say, look, enough is enough. We need to get it right this time around. Rather than just throwing shade, cloud chasing, and trying to poke holes here and there. He's doing his job. Politicians will do their own job too. And what is their job? Still kill and destroy. That's it. They're never there to lead anybody. They're there to rule. Simple as APC. What are your thoughts about this critical analysis? You know, it's very important that we dig deep. And I want us to talk more about this in the comment section. I'm not trying to say that we should applaud politicians and applaud people who occupy public offices. I'm not saying that, but I need to let you know that Fayose lived in the United States of America. Maybe he was involved in one business or the other. Maybe he even washed plates in the United States of America. He got some money, stepped up, and he became what he is today. Everyone starts from somewhere, and they become what they are. Once they occupy office, they are there to do what they are there to make money. That's just what it is. So if Rufai himself had the opportunity to become, governor of his own state or something, what will he do? Is he going to do the right? Is he going to speak the same way he's speaking on TV? These are what we should begin to ask ourselves. And like I've always said, I'm going to close with this. The reason why we are where we are, the reason why certain countries work, function as they should, is because there is check and balance. Systems are created. Parastatals, departments are created in such a manner to work synchronously. Just imagine the wheel. Imagine it. If something clogs or kinds of stop the movement of a wheel, you will feel it all over. That's just what it is. They are made it to work synchronously in a way that if you try to suppress this, it will reflect. The ripple effect will be so much felt round. That's just what it is. But for us, the president can just decide to say, DSS, go and arrest the judge that ruled against us. And that's it. Nothing's going to happen. Because we have given so much to the president. President is supposed to be the arm, presidency is supposed to be a arm of the entire government, not the totality. Of course, they have their own executive order that they can give according to the constitution, but they should not be the alpha and the omega. What we run in Nigeria is a presidency system. In fact, in Africa, that's it. It's more or less like an autocracy, not a democracy. What are your thoughts? Do not forget to like and share this video. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you're new here. See you in the next one.